But first, we want to go to the NBA and talk about Kevin Durant versus Walt Frazier.
and we want to say this before you just laugh at Walt Clyde Frazier and the clothes and all the other stuff and his vocabulary on the broadcast for the Knicks games.
Yeah.
He is one of the 50 greatest players who ever played.
Legitimately.
Frazier was a star, a superstar.
Yes.
And he, Chris, that role that he played, him and Joe Namath back in the 70s when they got on the fur coats and driving the Rolls Royces, and they were like big-time New York stars. So don't diss him like he's some nobody or whatever. He is one of the stars of the NBA. Period.
No question.
Period.
He won 2 rings.
Yes, 2 rings with the Knicks.
And when we always see, the historic, the iconic tape of Willis Reed limping out for that Game 7 in the finals, the star of that game was Walt Frazier. He had 38 points, 19 assists.
He was unbelievable. I just want
and a bunch of steals too.
I want the millennials who don't know who he is.
Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted about him and act like he's a nobody.
Right.
He's a bona fide top 50 player of all time. He's a great player.
Well said. To that point, obviously the New York Knicks want to get Kevin Durant. Their GM, Scott Perry, worked with Kevin Durant in Seattle when Durant was drafted. His agent is based in New York, and a lot of people think he wants Durant in New York. Durant, he may leave Golden State, and New York is certainly going to be on the list. But here's what Walt Frazier said last summer, and with the Knicks playing Golden State last night, and not surprisingly getting blasted, Kevin Durant putting up 24 points.
They beat the Lakers.
Here's what Walt Frazier said. It came up. It became a story. So this is from last summer, Walt Frazier.
Durant, as great a player he is, I would still hold back because, man, he joined a team that really didn't need him. You know what I mean? He's right there with LeBron. Probably will surpass LeBron as the best player in the game soon. But for him doing that, I still don't give him the full credit that he probably would have deserved if he stayed with OKC and won a title with that team. There will be a asterisk by his name.
And Walt Frazier said he was flabbergasted by the pushback he got, from the whole comment about Durant. But I'd say, Chris,
I'm flabbergasted that he was flabbergasted.
I'm flabbergasted at the clothes he's still wearing in 2019. Seriously.
But, to quickly, guys get caught in errors. But a lot of dudes from that era. Have you seen World Be Free ever at a game?
He's still wearing.
He's caught in that era. Calvin Murphy.
But that's because
caught in that era. Allen Iverson better be careful. His stuff isn't quite as baggy as it used to be.
Right.
But he could get caught in an era too. So you got to stay current.
But the clothes that Clyde are wearing, those stores closed down 25 years ago. At some point you got to start doing some more shopping.
I don't know if this is true, Rob, but I was told that what Clyde does is he'll go to how you go to
a pawn place or something?
What the cloth places that sell cloth, what do they call them? Where if you want
couches or
if you want to reupholster a couch or something,
crazy,
and he'll get the material,
and then they'll make him
and then have his tailor make him a suit with it.
No, I believe it because it's a part of his persona on television in New York, and he does a great job with the Knicks. He's done it for a long time, like over 30-some-odd years.
He's become somewhat iconic.
Yeah, no.
Even off the court.
And the funny thing is, look at the difference between him, and I know Bruce Bowen wasn't some big star with the Clippers, but it cost Bruce Bowen his job talking about Kawhi Leonard, and then Walt Clyde Frazier says this about Durant, which would be like, you scaring him away, you know what I mean? And they would never... Like you can't fire Walt Clyde Frazier.
No, it's to your point earlier.
Right.
He was one of the 50 greatest players ever, led them to their only 2 championships. And Bruce Bowen didn't even play for the Clippers.
Right.
So, but anyway, here's what we're wondering. Rob, do you think Durant needs to leave Golden State and win it somewhere else? Is it New York to kind of get that? And what Clyde meant, we're not talking about a literal asterisk.
No.
What he's saying is on a lot of people's mind. I would say it this way. It's not getting rid of the asterisks. It's getting rid of the yeah, but.
No, I agree.
Because that's what,
that's
yeah,
right.
but.
I don't think Clyde is off base at all. I think a lot of people think that, and the only way, to me, for Durant to really build his legacy is, and it's not that he lets his wagon on and he wasn't big in the finals and MVP. We get all that.
He's huge.
So he did all that, but if he can go somewhere else, lead a team, or even, I don't know, you go back to OKC and win a championship, like LeBron went back to Cleveland. Do you go back to OKC and win a championship?
Thing is, now they have Paul George.
But still, I'm
yeah,
just saying, if you were to go somewhere else and win a championship,
he could go to the Clippers. It doesn't have to be New York.
Now, if you go to New York and do it, only because they haven't won since 1973, it would put you on a plateau that nobody else is on. It would be like, wow, this team that hadn't done jack in all these years, he comes along with another player and they win. How high would it
put him?
I think depending if they win,
he can't be Jordan. So let's
no,
stop
not
that.
Jordan. But if he say they win 3 or 4 in a row,
the Knicks?
No. I'm saying the Warriors.
Okay.
Say he leaves.
Okay.
He leaves Golden State
3 straight,
or after 4 straight.
Okay.
Say he decides to stay for the first year of the new stadium, or new
and
arena, and they win. They win 4 in a row. He's on par with nobody, right? As far as in a row,
I think that would remove a lot of the but because he won 4 straight because nobody else has done that since
but it's
Bill
still
Russell.
with that team.
But yeah, there's still a little tinge of that there.
And then he goes to say the Knicks, and they win a championship in 3-4 years down the road. And he's the main guy, it would be huge. I think people would look at him totally different.
Here's the thing, and Walt brought this up, Clyde Frazier, about, if he goes to the Knicks and wins it there, he'll be, up there with Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Here's the problem. It's the Knicks. What in the Knicks, how many games have they won? 11? Something like that? Who in the world
they beat
is
the
going?
Lakers Friday night.
Who
in
the world? They got 10 wins. I overestimated.
They beat the Lakers Friday night in LA.
Who's going to the Knicks and leading them to the championship? Kevin Durant is outstanding. Kevin Durant is phenomenal. But he ain't going to the Knicks.
The Knicks have a star. He's hurt.
They got Kristaps. He's always hurt, though. That's the problem.
He's hurt now.
Can he play a full season? If I'm Kevin Durant, I love KP Porzingis.
No, you don't. You're ripping him.
No, he's always hurt. I want to see you on the court. I don't want to see you in the hospital bed.
Are you blaming him? But people get hurt, Chris. They don't.
But all the time?
There's 100 hospitals around here. People get sick. People get hurt.
Kristaps Porzingis gets hurt too much.
My car's in the hospital.
I'm not sure that Kristaps Porzingis can be my wingman because he gets hurt too much. Look, he played 72 games his rookie year.
That doesn't sound like he's all hurt.
He played 66 his second year. All right, it's going down. He played 48 last year, and he's not going to play that many this year.
All right, let's see if he could get healthy.
So I want to. If I'm Kevin Durant, I'm doing what you said. I sit in Golden State for my 4th year, win my 4th straight ring, and watch and see if Porzingis can get healthy. And do they get a Kyrie Irving? Do they get a Jimmy Butler? You need somebody else.
I got it. But if he's healthy, say he comes back and you see Porzingis is healthy, you win your 4, and then there's a chance of getting somebody else. Say that Kyrie stays in Boston, but he has an opt-out after his 2nd year or something. Well, I'm just saying,
yeah, or Jimmy. It could be Jimmy Butler.
I'm just giving you a scenario.
Some other really good player.
I'm giving you a scenario.
Right.
And then Durant says, well, Porzingis is okay. He's been healthy, playing well. This guy is available. Jimmy Butler can come to New York because he was on the Knicks were on his list, right?
Yeah.
And then Durant. And then you go, now let's look at the East. Let's see where it is. Kyrie left. Kawhi left. You know what I mean? You start to size it all up.
LeBron's gone. I'll give you, this is what I'll say to you, Rob, because again, I think he could go to the Clippers and lead them to a championship, and that will remove the but. But of all the places, what would remove it more than anything? What would be the best for his legacy? If he's going to lead another team to a championship, you are absolutely right. If he led the Knicks to a championship, that would be the best thing for his legacy. That would be bigger than LeBron leading the Lakers to a championship. The Lakers always win. Him leading the Knicks, who haven't won it since 1973 and haven't been good in ages,
right?
Oh, that'd be huge. But that's a tall order, man.
There's no doubt.
That's a tall order.
But if you're going to take that leap after you've won 3 or 4 in a row, it's worth the gamble because
Especially if you win 4.
It's the payoff, right? You're not going to.
You're a made man if
if
you win 4 straight.
Because if you don't win in New York, everybody goes, nobody was
Right.
able to win in New York.
Right.
They're not going to totally blame it on
I
him.
agree. I agree.
So you don't lose.
You win 4 in 3. Look, he's already a made man. He's got 2. He wins 3. If he won 4 straight, we talked about it.
It's
LeBron,
doable.
Magic, Kareem, Oscar, none of them did it. Bill
Michael.
Russell's the only one. And that was in the 60s. All right.